Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Be 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And today being the 21st of October 2025, we have 8 days to the next FOMC, which I see a lot of people they've been talking about it, that the bull run is over. Yes, if you've been watching the show for some couple of weeks now, I've been saying that we might be in the bear market already and we do not know, because normally we know BTC cycle is 4 year, a year for bear market run, and we're gonna have 3 years for bull market run. 1 year from the low, another year till we get people coming in, then we're gonna have all-time high the next year. But if you're just joining the show this morning or just coming across the show for the first time, please subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can always be the first person to get that notification. And speaking about that, let's quickly share the link before we dive into today's show, because I can see what is going on all the social media handles, even the big traders, all of them are now saying the bull run it's over. And actually I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now, because I've been seeing the way the market has been printing. If you look at the chart real quick, you'll see that we have this place, how will I call it? Okay, let me go to weekly and show you that quickly. If you look at the chart on a weekly time frame, do you see that whenever we break above the old all-time highs, we create a new one, we break above it, we never ever come down into that space again. But this is the first time we're coming down into the space. And if you ask me, it might be that the bull market or the bull run is over, because take a look at it from 15,000. You'll see that the market did what? The market moved ahead from here. We broke above 24,000. The market came down to touch the 24,000, but we never drop into the 19,000 and 24,000 zone. The same thing here, we have this fair value gap, and I feel like if we're going to experience any bear market this bear cycle, the market might drop down to 40,000 and 30,000. So I feel like you still have a chance to get into crypto even though you missed this bull run, because I have a feeling we might drop down to 40,000, between 40 and 32K, because you can see we never mitigate that zone. And any price action space that we never touch, price have the tendency of dumping down to 2,000. So I think we're gonna have another chance to bag some crypto up, but that needs to happen. All right, let's continue. You see that we broke above 47,000 again. The market dropped down, touches what? 47,000. We broke above 72,000. The market dropped down to 72,000. Now we broke above 109,000 or 110,000. But you can see the market touched it first when we had the Jackson Hole news and all of that. But now, when we went back to create a new all-time high that forms a double top, the market, instead of it coming down not to break the 110, now is dropping inside the range of 109 and 74,000. And that is the reason why I feel like the bull run might be over, and we need to be really sure about what is going down. Okay, so I feel like we just need to take a look at what is going on this morning, then we know what we need to do, and to actually be convinced that the bull market is over. All right, let's quickly share the live, join the live now, so people can join us on the live as well, so they can be part of what is going on right here. And if you've not joined the community, you might want to be part of it, because the community, we're doing a lot. We're having free educational content, we're having free signals and all of that, so you do not want to miss that. So like I was saying, the bull run might be over, and that is what we're going to talk about this morning on this live show. And as you all know, this is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, and this is the only place where we trade it and we do not gamble it. Please and please destroy the likes button, subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can always get this juicy content. Let's share it on Facebook as well, so Facebook people can join us regarding what we are doing, and we need to know if the bull run is over or not. But if you ask me, what do I think? I feel like the bull run might not be over, but even though we're going to go higher, we might not get to those prices everyone has been talking about, like 250, 400, those crazy numbers. I don't think we're going to have that again, because a lot of things that needs to propel this bull run has happened, and nothing much again. The only thing that we need to just take a look at is the government shutdown, the government shutdown, the interest rate, and all of that. And we are not sure if we're going to have that being, done, like maybe we're going to have 50 basis point or 100 basis point, or, maybe we're going to have 25 basis point back. And to take a look at what is going on, if you look at the chart right now, you find out that the market just pushed back yesterday. And if you watched the show yesterday, I told you, even though you're going to get into the market, please and please make sure you put your stop loss at 107,000. And you can see the price is there right now and not really breaking the place. You see, if we should break 107, please get out of the market, because the possibility of the market dropping down and creating a new low is there. And if you look at the news coming out of the radar, you find out that we're not really getting something great out of the news. Look at this. US government shutdown likely to end this week. That is by the Trump advisor. But now we have the poly market that always predict, or a lot of people now believe them when it comes to prediction. They now come out to say US government shutdown won't end until end of November. So you can see, if this is going to prolong till end of November, what you think is going to happen to BTC? And even the rate cut comes out and it's 25 points, 25 basis points. We might see BTC drop down to this zone, which is around 98,000. The moment we break below 100,000, I'm so sure a lot of people are going to dump the market to around maybe 74, 75. And anything that makes us drop down there, that means we now have lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, on the daily time frame, which we've never seen before. And if that should happen, that means we are basically in bear market. And if you're in bear market, what does that signify? It shows that the bull run, it's over. You understand? So that is what I'm going to share on this show this money. You understand? To be sure. And take a look at another news regarding BTC. Bitcoin hits a support. Bull run or bull trap. You understand? Bull run or bull trap. And that is not even the only thing that is giving me concern about this bull run. It's over or not. You can see we've been seeing a lot of whales now shorting BTC with leverages. You understand? See another one. Hyper liquid whale reloads 121 million Bitcoin short at 10x leverage. You can see. So we keep seeing a lot of shorts coming into the market, and that is crazy. That is crazy. So we need to always have this mindset that the bull market might be over, and it's possible we're still going to retest the all-time high again or create a new one, but we need to start taking profit, because we all know the end of bull cycle is between November, December, and thereabout, and we're approaching. You understand? We might not have alt season this time. We might not have meme coin season it's possible because the last meme coin and altcoin season we had was because of the stimulus. No stimulus this period, and the investors or the institutional are not interested in those tokens yet. If they are interested, would have put money in it. So we should know this cycle is different as well, and the bull market might be over. So now let's take a look at the chart and what we should be expecting. Like yesterday I told you, the market is not really, or has not really given us a green light to get into the market, but for the sake of this engulfing we had yesterday, if you want to get into the market, please make sure you put your stop loss at 107. I said it yesterday, and you can see what is going on. The market dumped yesterday, this morning rather, from 110 to 107 and 107,700. So if it should break below 107,000, please just get out of the market, because we might be coming down to create a double bottom or even break this 102 that happened last week Friday, and possibly we're going to see the market dump down to 90k, 74k, and that will be the beginning of bear market. So do you need to get into Bitcoin right now if you're not in the market? I'll just say, if you're not in the market, just be patient, just stay out of it, except you're a day trader that you trade with 4-hour, 1-hour leverage and all of that. And you can get signal from my signal group. It's all for free, and you can even get some educational content. The links are down in the description. But if you're an investor, if you're a sports trader, I'll just say, just hold on, because the truth is, you want to make profit. It's not how much trade you take, is how much money you make at the end of the day. So you can see this is now a confirmation to show us that maybe we should wait a little bit, because if the New York session should start today and we do not see any retrace back, and we saw the market still dumping, we might break below 107 and the market will dump more. But if we create a structure inside this major structure, we might use that to get into the market. So as of now, if you're not in Bitcoin trade right now, and you're not a daily trader that use leverage and all of that, you can just stay away from BTC. Let's see what is going to do by the end of this week or at the end of today. That's that about Bitcoin. We're still seeing what is going on with the altcoins. Altcoins yesterday, I told you guys, don't even get in at all, because there was no even signal at all, no engulfing, no structure, nothing like that. You understand? And I told you guys, leave altcoins alone. And if you look at it, you'll find out that ETH is not really even doing better. You can see created the structure, but fails to break above the 4,300. Even the mini structure we're having here is not good. But I like what is happening with this. What is happening with these altcoins? You know, there's this thing I normally use as my signal when we have a structure, then pull back. So now, if this market should pull back this week onto next week, and we're able to drop to, let's see, if this dropping continues to drop to around 3,500, that would be a good entry for ETH. And I know other altcoins too, they'll follow. That would be a very good entry. And if you look at it, that might, work together with when we're going to have the next FOMC data coming out. We are expecting the CPI as well to come out. And according to what I've been reading online, possibility of the president pushing them to push CPI data out before the rate cut. Because if the CPI data could come out, the Fed could see that, okay, maybe we need to cut more or we don't need to cut. So I feel like that's the game they are playing. But with a lot of people online, you can see everyone is now tweeting the bull run is officially over, and you can see everyone is coming out with their own theory, like, okay, see, when ETF does this, the market sell off, ETF does that, the market sell off. But like I said, the chart is what is going to tell us if it's over or not. You can see on here too, this person tweeted that 4-year cycle, it's over. So a lot of people are believing it's over, and that is one thing in crypto. Do not go against the sentiment. You understand? If a lot of people now saying it's over, just accept with them. Even look at this chart. I like this one. Let's take a look at this. You can see this is the 4-year cycle, and this is in 2017 when we had 1,064 days, the market dropped down, it dropped for 364 days. Then we had another 1,064 days, the market dropped. I told you we always have 3 years for the bull run, 1 year for the bear market. Now, this 1,064 days is been done as well, but there's forecasting it to be at 135. And if you've been listening to what I've been saying on this show, I said the highest I think we could go in this bull cycle, even though it's not over, will be around 135. I wasn't even looking at these 1,064 days, 364-day bear market. You understand? I was just looking at the way the market has been playing out and the way the fear and greed index has been moving with it. So if this guy is going to be right now, everyone is expecting the market to touch 135K. So now maybe we're going to have another one leg up again from where we dropped to now. There we're going to see massive drop from there. Or we're not going to touch the 135. We're just going to drop the market from where it is right now. And you can see where he predicted the bear market is going to stop between 37,000 and I think, yeah, between 27 and 35. But mine is around, let me see what I showed you earlier on. I think what I predicted, if we're going to have the bear market, is going to be, let me go to weekly. On the weekly, we're going to see it very well. On a weekly, it's going to be between, mine is around 38,000 to 32. So around 38, 32. So it's almost the same thing with what the person is showing us on here. So I feel like the moment you start seeing a lot of people saying this bull cycle is over, we need to understand. You can see someone tweeted this one too. The bull run is over. There won't be any altcoin season. Let's sell the S out of it. You understand? So we just need to be, to be cognizant with ever. And see another thing that happened today. In the past 4 hours, we've experienced over 106 million in long liquidation. You see, people that long BTC when it was, moving back yesterday, see how much they've experienced. 106 million in long liquidation. So these are signs to show us that the bull run it's over. And if you now look at this again, we have the only hope on Cardona daily MACD nears golden cross, and ADA pumped 60% the last time that happened. So let's take a look at what the event of the day looks like before we dive into the chart fully to know what is going on. Since the government shutdown, we've not really been getting major news from the United States, and that has been affecting the whole crypto market and all that market as well, apart from gold. We know gold has been doing well. So today we'll be expecting CPI from Canada and all of that. Normally it's supposed to come out maybe with United States, but because of the shutdown that we're experiencing, nothing of such will come out. So let's take a look at what the cryptocurrency market cap is looking like. You can see even the market caps keeps dropping every day. You can see every day the market cap keeps dropping. And I told you yesterday that there was something I showed you guys yesterday, that about 1.7 billion profit is being taken out of the crypto market every day. So I think with this data we are getting now, we need to believe that, because see, the market cap is now sitting at 3.7 trillion US dollars with about 157 billion trading volume in the last 24 hours. So with all this data now, it's not really encouraging. We might as well just want to be careful. I am not saying the bull run is over, but the bull run might be coming to an end, or it's over already and we're just waiting for confirmation of bear market to accept that. And that is why I'll tell you, start taking profits all the way. Remember, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research. So the cryptocurrency market cap keeps dropping every day, and that is not really good as well. And if you look at the trending token, Esther has even dropped about 10% in 24 hours, and you can see the top gainers right there. And if you look at the market, you can see it's all red as well. So it's not really looking good for the market. But if you look at the top 10 cryptocurrencies, more or less the same thing. You'll see Bitcoin sitting at number 1, Ethereum at number 2, Tether at number 3, BNB at number 4, XRP at number 5, Solana at number 6, USDC at number 7. Lido Stake is back to top 10, is now sitting at number 8, Tron number 9, and Dogecoin is now at number 10, and Wrap ETH is been kicked out of top 10 as well. So the likes of Avalanche and Chainlink and the rest are below top 10. If you're interested in knowing where your project sits on the cryptocurrency market cap, you might want to check it out on CoinGecko.com. All right, let's dive into the chart fully and now discuss what we need to do with all these tokens. I've told you, Bitcoin, you might just want to wait a little bit and not just jump in if you're not in the market as well, because we can see this dumping, and although it has not broken 107,000 we're waiting for, but possibility might break it is there. So if you're not in the market, you might want to wait. If it should break it, fine, but if you're in the market, let your stop loss be at 107,000 US dollars. So if you look at the chart now, BTC, you can wait before you get into the market if you're not in the market as well. And this is for crypto spot traders and investors. If you're interested in day trading, leverage trading, and all of that, you might want to join my Telegram channel and Discord channel. The links are down in the description. So let's take a look at ETH. You can see ETH is not a buy yet. ETH is not a buy yet, but if ETH should drop down to let's see, so we're going to be looking at ETH around this point. If ETH should drop down to 3,500, that might be a good buy with this structure that is forming. Let's take a look at Link. Link also the same. You can see Link had this buy yesterday, and I told you put your stop loss at $16. So Link is still a buy, stop loss at $16. Let's take a look at Avalanche. Avalanche is not a buy. Stay away from it. The only place you can set your buy limit to should be around this point. So I'll be looking at Avalanche and see if it's going to get into that zone. That will be a perfect place to buy Avalanche. Let's take a look at another token, Solana. Solana too is not a buy. Let's draw the Fibonacci for Solana as well. We're going to wait for Solana to drop down into this zone, then we could start buying from there. So let's take a look at BNB. BNB is a buy, like I told you from last week when we saw the black swan and it recover. So BNB is a buy, but the stop loss is right here. So BNB must not break this zone. So we're gonna put that line there. BNB must not break that zone. If BNB should break that zone, we might as well get out of the market. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Litecoin also is not a buy. Please don't buy yet. Let's draw that. So we'll be waiting for Litecoin also to drop down to this zone. If we can drop that to that zone, yes, then we can get into the market. But for now, stay away from LTC. Let's take a look at SUI. SUI also is forming the same thing. So let's draw it for SUI as well. We gotta wait for SUI to drop down to this zone before we can look for a buy, or we have a structure to break above it, then we can look for buy. So stay away from SUI as well. Let's take a look at Avalanche. Avalanche also is not a buy. Please stay away from it. We need Avalanche to drop down to this zone before we can say we are getting into the market. Now let's talk about ADA. ADA made the news. ADA also is not a buy, guys. Please stay away from ADA. But let's see if ADA too can drop down to 0.3, then that will be a good buy for us for ADA as well. All right, let's take a look at XRP. XRP is not a buy as well. Please stay away from it. We need XRP to drop down to this zone then we can look for. But and remember, even though we are in bear market will still be pumping up and down as it's going down. As we see when we're in bull market will go up, dump, go up, dump, go up, dump, and so on. So even though we're in bear market, we always see market go up, dump, go up, dump, and that is why I'm drawing all these entry points. It doesn't mean if the bull run is over, we're not going to see the market even appreciate a little bit. So let's draw for ton, and if you look at ton right now, you see ton soon needs to drop to this zone before we can say we'll get in, or we have a structure that will give us to get into the market. Let's take a look at A-star. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, A-star has already done its own, because if you look at the hand now, this is where we're supposed to get into A-star, and if you look at A-star DEX, you find out that A-star has already touched that place. So to me, I feel like A-star is a buy right now, and stop loss at 0.9. So I feel like A-star is a buy right now, stop loss at 0.9. Let's see if it's going to break the low. Let's take a look at pump.fund. And speaking of pump.fund, I'm still going to launch my show. We are just having a little bit of delay. You know, it's going to be a live trading, and we need to prepare and make sure everything is in order. So the show is still going to be launched, and the community is going strong. If you want to join, check the links in the description. So we're going to wait for pump.fund also to touch 0.002 before we get into the market. Let's take a look at Ondo. Ondo is still the same thing. So more or less all of them are the same, even though Ondo has created a structure, but I still feel like Ondo re-entry should be when it drop down to this point. So I feel like with all this things showing on all these altcoins, we might experience another dump into the lows we saw last 2 weeks or last week. So that is that regarding the altcoins. Let's now check the meme tokens. Remember, this is not financial advice, it's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research. All right, let's take a look at Dogecoin. If you look at Dogecoin the same thing, so we need it to drop into that zone. Please stay away from it. Shiba Inu too, the same thing, stay away from it. Pepe is almost the same thing, please stay away from it. Popcard, the same thing, stay away from it. Trump, the same thing, stay away from it. Millennial Coin, stay away from it. Notcoin, stay away from it. Let's take a look at Dogs, the same thing, stay away from it. Deep, stay away from it. X, stay away from it. Swam is still pushing, but if Swam should break 0.01, please, you need to get out of Swam as well. So that is that regarding the chart analysis on the show this morning. And please, if you're still watching till now, thanks for joining me, and please subscribe to the channel, like and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you will always be part of the first that get these notifications. And please destroy the likes button so the algorithm can push our video out there. So bull run it's over is what everyone is screaming on the internet right now, and we can see lots of liquidation still happening in the space. But we're not going to round up the show without checking what the fear and greed index looks like, and that is another indicator that we always take a look at. You can see we are still sitting on fear, and yesterday was fear, last week was fear, last month neutral, but right now we're sitting on fear at 34. So we need to be careful. Extreme fear is the best place to start accumulating, or when we take a look at the chart and we see that the chart has given us an opportunity. But for Bitcoin right now, please stay away from it, except you are in it already. Put your stop loss at around what will I call it, around 107 or 106 thereabout. The moment it breaks that zone, just get out of it, because you're gonna get a good entry later on. All right, that's what I have for you on the show this morning. Base is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, and this is where we trade it and we do not gamble. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please and please do that right now. It's CryptoBin101 on all platforms. Subscribe, like, and share because it's the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. Also, you can follow me on X with the same handle, CryptoBin101, on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Instagram to get some of the nugget that we drop for you when we are not live. All right, I'm Ahmed Oladimeji Kazim, aka K-Sing the Great, and thanks for joining me on today's episode of the live show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show. Remember, this is not financial advice, it's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research and trade with the money you can afford to lose. Until I catch you tomorrow on another wonderful pack episode of this great show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show. Stay out of trouble, trade well, my friends, and remember, it's all about profit, not how much or how many times you trade. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, and it's peace out.